everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another one of my makeup history videos, and today we are travelling back, of course, to ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt is just my favourite time period ever. I love learning about it, so I hope you will as well. And today we are going to be discussing some of the makeup products that they used at the time. Obviously I cannot get every single look to be as absolutely historically accurate as I would like to, but I can just reel off some of these facts and try and match them as best as I physically can for you. Putting the disclaimer out there as well, I am not an expert. I do these videos purely for fun, so there may be some things that I say that are slightly incorrect. Please feel free to correct me as long as you are not condescending in your response. If I even smell a whiff of actually, then I'm just going to delete the comment because I can't be arsed. Now, ancient Egypt is basically the birthplace of makeup as we now know it. Everyone wore it, men, women, rich, poor. This is because it was protective. It was like modern day sun cream, and it was also just a way of life. It was also, however, used for ritualistic purposes to honour their gods and obviously just to look good, but they equated beauty with holiness, and it also had a spiritual element to it as well. So because of that, they took their beauty and hygiene routines very seriously. Washing oneself and keeping clean was also of the utmost importance. Again, because of the spiritual aspect, they believed that it protected from the evil eye and from spirits entering your body. As we all also know, ancient Egyptians really respected death. It was never something to be feared. It was simply them moving from one plane to the next and living in the afterlife. We see this being evidenced in their tombs. They were mummified and buried with a lot of their personal items, including their cosmetic, as ancient Egyptians believed that maintaining their beauty and good personal hygiene was crucial for the afterlife. But as always, we are going to start with some skincare, and some historians claim that Cleopatra's secret to supple skin was by bathing in donkey's milk and honey. So I'm going to concoct a little milk and honey mask of my own. Obviously not donkey's milk, just cow milk. Semi-skimmed if you're wondering. However, they were actually onto something with this, as honey is absolutely fantastic for your skin because it has a lot of antibacterial qualities to it. If anyone else used to watch those like DIY face mask videos in like 2014 when everyone was doing those, I know I definitely did, you will notice in them that in a lot of the face and hair masks, a lot of people use honey. Again, for the same reason. They also used aloe vera, again to protect from the sun, but also because it has a lot of antibacterial and moisturising qualities to it as well. They obviously wouldn't have used a modern day gel like this, they would have used the plant, but still. And in modern day, this product is basically as close as we can get to the ancient Egyptian skincare rituals. If you don't already know, this is Egyptian magic cream, and their slogan is the ancient Egyptian secret. It is an all-natural cream made from olive oil, beeswax, honey, royal jelly, and propolis cera. Okay, but all of these ingredients were also used at the time in some sort of like skincare, maintaining one's beauty routine. You may also be interested to learn that your everyday exfoliation routine will have also probably originated in ancient Egypt. They would harvest sea salt and mix this with olive oil to wash and exfoliate one's body to keep their skin nice and soft and supple, which was again of a lot of importance back then. The ancient Egyptians walked so that the TikTok clean girl skinfluencer girlies could run, okay? Apparently they also brushed their teeth with this mixture. Don't know how I feel about trying that one. I don't really want to brush my teeth with salt. They also use a variety of essential oils and incense to keep themselves smelling clean, and buried a lot of their pharaohs with these oils. When King Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered, the archaeologists actually remarked that they could still smell these oils, and that he had over 35 clay pots with 350 litres of these oils in that he took with him into the afterlife. Now moving on to the makeup, I'm going to start with the eyeshadow because I knew I was going to get a lot of fallout with this. An eyeshadow at the time was made from either lapis lazuli or malachite powder, which are both highly toxic minerals, and the green malachite that they used would have come from the mines of Sinai as early as 3000 BC. Scientists who discovered these minerals discovered that while yes they are toxic for the skin, they also have protective qualities from the elements and also prevented the eyes from getting infected, which is why they were so heavily used at the time. And because of this, the eyeshadow would generally speaking be placed all the way up to the brow to protect a larger surface area. And they also used glitter in with this mixture made from crushed iridescent beetle shells. Now the star of the show, the eyeliner, obviously, would have used kohl around the eyes and in the eyebrows, K-O-H-L, not C-O-A-L, because it again had protective qualities and prevented infections, but it also helped with glare from the sun, like it wouldn't blind you as much. And they would mix the kohl powder with animal fat to paint it on. This is why we think of ancient Egyptians as having really thick and long, intricate eyeliner, because again, they needed to protect their eyes from the elements as much as possible. It wasn't just a fashion trend, it was practical as well. Kohl eyeliners are often found in ancient desertic, is that the right word? Desertic, right? Cultures where deserts are present. A lot of them use kohl, again, because it helps protect from sand getting in your eyes. And for the sake of authenticity, I actually managed to find Egyptian kohl for this video. So excited. I'd never used this kind of like dip in wooden applicator powder situation before, but I mean, look, it looks so good. And this style of kohl is kind of renowned for lasting a really long time and not budging anywhere. And one thing that I really liked about it is that you don't have to use eyeshadow to smudge it out because it's a powder. It's an all-in-one situation. This might be my new everyday black eyeliner, to be honest. It's so good. I tried to follow a slightly Eye of Horus design situation for this, but if you notice from a lot of their statues and paintings from this time as well, the eyebrow kind of comes out a bit straight here and like squared off at the end, as well as the eyeliner is quite parallel to that. So I kind of tried to go for that today. They also use white powder to lighten the skin tone, made from either chalk or cerussite lead, depending on which one you could afford at the time. Now, some sources claim that henna was used on the lips and cheeks as a stain. However, some sources also claim that this is false and it was just the pigment red ochre that was used instead. Take away from that whatever you will. Now, I tried so hard to find a henna based lip stain for this video to try this out. However, couldn't find one from a reputable looking website, so I just bought some henna. I'm very inexperienced when it comes to henna. This was actually my first time ever trying it in a video. I just left it on for like 5 minutes because I was a bit nervous. I did do a little bit of research on henna for this video. I didn't want to just go in completely blind. And I'd heard as well, apparently it gets darker on the second day as it oxidizes on your skin. So I was a bit nervous. I have to go to work tomorrow, so you know, but I actually think it looked really good. However, I feel like after it got a little bit like swamped with the rest of the makeup, like it wasn't as prominent anymore. So I did go over with some of the Benefit Benetint, again to kind of replicate this red ochre looking situation, and a little bit of this No. 7 Stay Perfect Lip Lacquer in Sweet Pink, which is not a pink at all, it is a red orangey colour. But this kind of colour would have been what they were wearing on their lips at the time. So it would have been an orangey red stain. They would have also stained their fingernails with henna as well. And while everyone wore makeup, you could tell someone's wealth by their tools. The rich had ivory applicators and jewelled makeup boxes, and the poor would use wooden sticks or just their fingers and have little clay pots instead. And the rich could afford face painters, or as we would now call it, makeup artists. Isn't that so cool? Makeup artistry is literally a near prehistoric profession. And also sometimes cosmetics were given in one's wages as a form of payment. And right now you're thinking, did this girl really cut in a fringe literally just for a YouTube video? Yes. Now, while this representation of Cleopatra with a fringe was never proven, she did not wear her hair like this, which I think is what majority of people think of when they think of ancient Egyptian hair and makeup. But they did wear wigs with fringes at the time, again to offer protection from the sun, sand and infections. A lot of people at the time also believed that hair was unhygienic because lice was a bit of an issue. Obviously, they didn't have the modern medicines that we do now to put on your head to get rid of lice. So a lot of people at the time actually completely shaved their heads and wore braided wigs that looked like this. Obviously, I could not replicate that, so I've gone for the stereotype instead. But they braided these wigs again to prevent lice from getting into them. So, and they would have adorned these wigs with various like gold clips, little headbands. The more gold that you could show off that you owned, the better, basically. All of this information about toxic minerals used in ancient cosmetics does get me thinking, in thousands of years, are we gonna think that about the makeup that we wear now? And then I think, actually, actually we kind of already do. How many times have you heard that you need to take your makeup off at the end of the day or else it will be awful for your skin? And if you wear acne, you can't wear foundation because it will just make it so much worse. Yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to mention in this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. I really enjoyed filming it. If you did enjoy them, please don't forget to subscribe to see more historically accurate videos from me. I'm gonna start a playlist of all of these looks. I've only done one before this. It was a video on Stone Age makeup and cosmetics because I'm going to try and go in semi-chronological order for this, depending on at what time you're watching this. But I will leave that in the description. I'll also leave a list of all of the products that I used in the description for you. So for the next video, I'm thinking we are going to go to ancient Mesopotamia. So stay tuned for that. But if there is any other time period that you would really like to see from me, then please don't forget to leave it in a comment down below so that I know what people are wanting to see. And yeah, I really hope you found this video interesting and thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video hopefully. Bye!